Hello everybody, mega goal number 3, second secondary, unit 6, going green, 5 listening, page number 87. Now let's take a look at the objectives. Number 1, listen to answer the given questions. Number 2, pronounce thought groups correctly. And number 3, read and give the meaning of the new words. راح نسمع عشان نجاوب على الأسئلة. راح ننطق thought groups بطريقة صحيحة. برضو راح نقرأ ونعطي المعنى الصحيح للكلمات الجديدة. Going green, page number 87. Right now we will start with the listening part. So you will be listening to an audio talking about glass recycling. You have to decide if the given statements are true or false. راح نسمع إلى معلومات عن glass recycling اللي هي إعادة تدوير الزجاج. مطلوب منا to decide إن احنا نقرر إذا كانت الجمل true or false صحيحة أو خاطئة. I'd recommend right now that you pause the video for a minute or two and you read the statement very carefully and you highlight the key words. أنصحكم الآن إنكم توقفون الفيديو لمدة دقيقة أو دقيقتين وتقرؤون الستيتمنت وطبعا you highlight الكيوردز اللي هي الكلمات اللي ممكن تدلكم على مفتاح الحل. So get ready right now to listen to the information about glass recycling. Answer true or false.
Page 87. 5. Listening. Listen to the information about glass recycling. Answer true or false.
Did you know that it takes 1 million years for a glass bottle to decompose? This is not surprising when you consider that glass is made mostly from silica, which is basically sand. Think of how long the average beach lasts. Yet tons of glass bottles and jars are simply thrown away each year. This is completely unnecessary as glass is 100% recyclable. The process of recycling glass is quite simple. After recycle bins of glass are collected, they are taken to a recycling facility where the glass is separated by color. The glass is then cleaned and crushed. The crushed glass is called cullet. The cullet is shipped to a manufacturer who melts it at temperatures of about 2,700 degrees Fahrenheit or 1,500 degrees Celsius to form liquid glass. This liquid is then poured into molds in the shape of glass containers. This simple process conserves both energy and natural resources and produces far less pollutants than manufacturing glass from all new materials. Consider these statistics. Manufacturing glass from recycled materials saves 68% of the energy and half of the water normally required in the manufacturing process. Glass produced from recycled materials reduces related air pollution by 20% and water pollution by 50%. Recycling one glass bottle saves enough energy to light a 100-watt bulb for 4 hours. So the next time you consider throwing a bottle of soda in the trash, think again. The glass containing your soda today could be the glass containing your salad dressing next month. If we want to live on a healthier planet, we need to recycle the materials we consume.
Okay, so right now we have listened to information about glass recycling, and at the beginning of the audio he talked about what glass is made of, which is sand. من يعني بداية المقطع تكلم عن أن الجلاس مصنوع من الساند اللي هو الرمل. And also in this audio he talked about the process of recycling, طريقة إعادة التدوير للزجاج, and as well he talked about the importance of glass recycling, أهمية الجلاس recycling, which is mainly to conserve the energy and also the natural resources, and of course to lessen the pollution. And at the end of the audio, he said, if we want to live in a healthy environment, we should consider of recycling things and as well of the consumption of glass as well. So this is mainly what we have listened to, and right now let's take a look at the statements and decide if these statements are true or false. Now the first one, it takes 500 years for a glass bottle to decompose. تحتاج 500 سنة عشان تتحلل. And this is false. Actually, it takes 1 million years. Glass is made mostly from sand, which is true. Glass is not 100% recyclable, which is false. It is 100%. At recycling facilities, glass is separated by size. Of course, this is wrong. It is separated, or glass is separated by color. Crushed glass is called cullet, which is correct. Okay. The manufacturer melts the glass at 500 Celsius, which is false. The liquid glass is poured into molds, and this is accurate. Glass produced from recycled materials reduces related air pollution by 50%, and this is false. It reduces related air pollution by 20%. So right now, let's move on to the next part, which is the pronunciation. And as I said at the beginning of the video, we should practice pronouncing thought groups correctly. Before we move on to the pronunciation part, I'd like to explain to you the meaning of thought groups. Thought groups are meaningful phrases within sentences. They are usually made up of grammatical phrases such as relative clauses and noun, verb, and prepositional phrases. There is often a slight pause between thought groups. You have to listen and practice. Thought groups عبارة عن meaningful phrases، يعني كلمات تعطي معنى، أو phrases يعني تعبيرات تعطي معنى في الجملة. عادة they are made of grammatical phrases مثل relative clauses و noun or verb or prepositional phrases. لما ننطقهم these thought groups, there is often يكون عادة في يعني توقف بسيط بين thought groups. Now, right now, you have to listen to the way these thought groups are pronounced, and of course, you have to practice as well pronouncing these thought groups. So get ready to listen.
Page 87. 6. Pronunciation. Thought groups are meaningful phrases within sentences. They are usually made up of grammatical phrases such as relative clauses and noun, verb, and prepositional phrases. There is often a slight pause between thought groups. Listen and practice.
1. It takes 1 million years for a glass bottle to decompose. 2. The process of recycling glass is quite simple. 3. This simple process conserves both energy and natural resources. 4. Recycling one glass bottle saves enough energy to light a 100-watt bulb for 4 hours.
So right now we have listened to the way thought groups are pronounced. I'd recommend right now that you pause the video and you practice pronouncing these thought groups correctly. Okay, سمعنا كيف ننطق thought groups وشفنا كيف يكون في pause between them. طبعا أنصحكم إنكم توقفون الفيديو الآن وتحاولون تتدربون على نطق these thought groups. Now let's move on to the last thing, which is vocabulary building. Okay, So here we have a list of words that you will be seeing in the reading passage on pages 88 and 89. You are asked to match the words with their meanings. طبعا عندنا لستة قائمة بالكلمات اللي راح تكون في قطعة القراءة في صفحة 88 و 89. مطلوب منا إن احنا نصل الكلمات بالمعنى الصحيح لهم. Before we start doing this, let's go through these vocabulary very quickly and let's practice reading them, and as well let's give the meaning of them. So the first one is relying, and when you are relying on someone, it means that you are depending on. Relying. Utility, which is a basic service supplied by a business or a facility. Utility. Bold, which means strong and courageous. So when you say that someone is someone is bold, it means that he is strong and courageous. Committed, and when you are committed to do something, it means that you are dedicated, committed. Perspective is the way of seeing something. Perspective. Harsh, which means severe or difficult. Enormous, which means extremely large. Sacrifice, which means loss of something for a specific purpose. Sacrifice. Now let's go back to the vocabulary building and let's match the words with their meanings. So as I said previously, relying means to depend on. Utility, which is a basic service supplied by a business or facility or basic services. Anyways, bold, which means strong and courageous. Committed, which means dedicated. Perspective is a way of seeing something. Harsh, which means severe and difficult. Enormous means extremely large. Sacrifice is the loss of something for a specific purpose. So right now we have reached the end of the lesson. I hope that you have enjoyed the lesson. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video with your friends, and hit the like button. Until next time, have a good one.